Actually interested to see how the results of this play out. So Sportico has released NFL team valuations. The most valuable team, not just in the NFL, but all of sports, is the Dallas Cowboys. They are valued at $7.64 billion. And it feels like you should say that number in its entirety because 0.64 sounds not impressive. That's $7.64 billion.
And that's evaluations. Yeah, I was listening to somebody earlier talk about this. They said, don't let that confuse you with like a sales price. If the Dallas Cowboys went for sale today, they'd get possibly up over $10 billion. That's a valuation for tax purposes and investments and stuff like that. Yeah. If Jerry decided to sell the team today, he's getting 10 plus for that team.
That is about $1.7 billion more than the next closest Los Angeles Rams. And it is about $5 billion more, give or take, than the three lowest valued teams in the NFL. Cincinnati is number 32 on the list with a valuation, not cheap, by the way, of $2.84 billion. Then you got Detroit at 2.86 and Jacksonville at 2.94. So I know the math is not exact. You're about $1 billion off in this, but hey, billion here, billion there. What difference does it make among friends? So, for the sake of this question, would you prefer to be the owner of A, the Dallas Cowboys, or B, the Cincinnati Bengals, Detroit Lions, and Jacksonville Jaguars? Would you prefer to simply own the Dallas Cowboys, or would you like to own the three lowest valued NFL teams outright?
The ROI might be better on the bottom three, but I'm picking the Cowboys. I would pick the one team in this scenario. Because if I'm buying an NFL team, right, I've got billions of dollars, I'm good. Like my accounts are doing just fine. I don't own the team to make money. That's a nice perk. But I own the team to be an owner of an NFL team. The guys who pardon my take have it right. If you're a billionaire and you don't own a sports team, there's something wrong with you. That's why you become a billionaire, to buy a sports team. I would immerse myself in the team I owned. I would become the biggest fan in the world. I wouldn't sit up in a cushy box. I'd be on the 50-yard line. Like, I would be in it. I couldn't do that with three teams. I would pick the one no matter what the scenario is. Give me one, and I will immerse myself in it like Mark Cuban. And not sit up in some cushy box.
Hey, Dan?
I agree with Borky's point. I mean, you're talking about one team's worth of merchandise sales versus three teams. And, I mean, you make more money with three teams. I mean, there's just no way around that. But
ooh, I don't know. Not on merchandise sales. I bet the Cowboys are way more than – I bet they do more individually than those three teams combined.
I'm sure we could find out if we want to. I would rather just have the Cowboys, though. Just make it easy on yourself. One team to deal with. I mean, obviously we're talking – the NFL would never allow somebody to own three teams. But
no, you're right.
The Dallas Cowboys are in the discussion, not just for the NFL, but the preeminent franchise in all of professional sports. You know, to me, it's Cowboys, Yankees, Lakers. I don't know about NHL. There's not really one. And then you go over like overseas, like Barcelona and Manchester United and stuff like that. They're in that tier. So you got to go with the Cowboys.
You want me to throw you a wild card? I think I can make this work. All right, so the Dallas Cowboys have a valuation of $7.64 billion. What if you could own the Dallas Cowboys or the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints?
Oh, well,
I just changed the equation on you, but the numbers work.
Well, I love that idea because my first order of business is to trade Aaron Rodgers to the Saints for a seventh-round draft choice.
collusion.
You have a fiduciary
conditional
duty, hey, Dad.
A conditional 7th round draft choice. Saints don't win the Super Bowl, you get nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I would rather have the Packers and the Saints at that point.
Isn't it crazy that the Cowboys are like this despite, I mean, sorry, Cowboys fans, I know there's a lot of you out there listening, being hot garbage for the better part of my life? Like, I don't remember the Cowboys' glory days. That happened when I was 4, 5, and 6 years old. The Cowboys haven't won anything in my adult life. They're not good in the playoffs. They don't make the playoffs. They've had good quarterbacks, and it hasn't mattered. They have sucked, and yet this is how valuable they still are. It's rather incredible. The Lakers, up until LeBron went there, may Kobe Bryant rest in peace, the end of Kobe's time with the Lakers was horrible. They were bad basketball teams. Bad. And yet they are still shockingly valuable. It's crazy how that happens.